Hi, it's James from Hidden Depths Coaching. Monday clip today. So what I would like to talk about today is, if you ask people what they're really looking for, you'll get 100 people and say, like, what do you want from life? Most people say the one thing, that they want to feel happy, right? And I was at a course at the weekend, and I'll not get into too much detail into the course, but it was all about understanding energy. Right? That's probably the easiest way that I could explain it. And that got me thinking about what it is people really look for and what's holding them back, and what was holding myself back. So I kind of use myself as a bit of a guinea pig, because I like to feel like I'm a really happy guy and I've got loads of energy, but we can always be happier and we can always have more energy. But the biggest thing that linked into me was the energy part of it, when you actually feel like you've got energy to go and do stuff. And then I started thinking about what blocks people's energy so much. And the first thing that really blocks your energy is not being able to be yourself. Right? That's the biggest energy blocker. And I want you to think about how many times you try and fit into everybody else's world. And no matter how much you try and fit into their world, you can't do it. And then when you start saying things like, I'm just going to do stuff for myself, people think you're selfish. And you can see how messed up that is, that if you do something for yourself, you're being selfish. So if you can imagine your energy all about your house, so your energy's there just waiting for you, and all you need to do is just put a plug in and then it'll work. Well, this is the same way the energy we've got in a bit is there's loads of energy out there, but if you're not getting a good connection towards that energy, then you're not going to feel good. And the first thing that's holding that back is you trying to be something that you're not. You're trying to fit into everybody else's world, make sure everybody else likes you. That is really going to spend up, if we talk at a percentage, and I don't know these percentages, but I reckon that would take up about 50% of your energy. Do you know how tiring it is just trying to fit into everybody else's world? Just trying to get everybody else to like you? That is one very tiring thing. So once you realise that, the only way you're ever going to be, and that's what I'm saying, we talk about happiness, right? Some people are lying on their sofa playing, PlayStation or whatever it is now, and they are genuinely happy. But they've got no energy and they've got no drive, but they are happy. So, being happy isn't enough. You want to feel good. You want to have energy to go and do stuff. And as I say, the first thing I noticed on this, talking more about the energy that's out there, is if you're trying to be something that you're not allowing yourself that energy from where you are, from within. And the other things that to be aware of is judgment and discouragement. That's killing everybody's energy. They're either judging everybody else or being judged. So the first thing you need to do after you decide that you're going to be your own fucking person would be the first thing. This is who I want to be, and be proud of who you want to be. Then you've got to stop judging everybody else's individuality or whatever they're doing, even if they're not being the person they need to be. Your judgment towards them, if you start judging them, then you own that. So again, that's another thing that's going to block your energy. So stop judging what everybody else is doing. Don't give a shit about what everybody else is doing. If people are really close to you and you think they're doing something that's going to cause them harm, then all you can do is give them advice. You can't make them change. You can't make them do anything different. So my next advice would be to stop judging others. If you want people not to judge you, well, you must be the first person that lets that go. And I can guarantee that's when you become more into yourself, you stop even noticing if people are judging you anymore. And then the last one, which is probably the biggest energy drainer of all, discouragement. You sit there, you eventually maybe take yourself out, you go on a holiday or you spend a bit of time yourself, you don't judge anybody, you're feeling good and you got all this inspiration, and then you start telling folk and all they want to do is tear it down. And I keep talking about that mountain. And the reason that it gets harder as you go up to the top of the mountain is because, it is harder. People can't go. People will tell you why even climbing that mountain in the first place. But when you get up there, you'll see things that people have never seen. And then I can only tell you this through experience, and I'm still climbing that mountain. But the more you focus on what's right for you, the more you get away from judgment, and the more you just stay away from discouragement, and and hang about with good people that encourage you and that bring out the best in you, that number's going to be very, very small. But I can guarantee you, having touched both, as in having been in a place of all that judgment and trying to fit in with everybody else's world and having so many people around about me, I felt like shit. So if you really want to feel good, then you've got to climb that mountain. And as what I'm saying, it's your life, it's your call. But happiness, yeah, buy a new car, you'll feel happy, and then it'll drift. Get a new house, you'll feel happy, then it'll drift. Everything, all these material things you keep buying will make you happy for a wee while, but what will genuinely make you happy is being the person that you want to be. And honestly, if you could release judgment, because we have been programmed to evaluate everything from school. It's just evaluation. If you've got this, you're good enough. It's a lot of bollocks. So if you can start to unlock that, let it go. And then the discouragement bit's pretty easy because they stand out like a sore thumb. Why would you want to run about with somebody that's trying to bring you down? And this is this what and why thing. I don't know why they're doing it. I don't want to get into their head. But you know what they're doing. So just stay away from it. And if you're changing and you're starting to move up this mountain, as we call it, and then these other discouragers say, you know what, you seem happier, you seem healthier, you've got more energy, I want to do what you do, then you just tell them exactly what you did. The first thing I did was I decided I wanted to be my own person. The second thing was I was like, I'm going to release judgment to everybody. And the third thing is I'm going to stay away from people that just want to bring me down. So, don't take my word for this. I always say this to people, don't take my word for it, try it. Try it for a week. Try it for a week, putting things through what you want to do. Try it for a week, just not giving a shit what anybody else is doing. Just try it for a week. Either not listening to or staying away from people that discourage you. And I can guarantee you, you will feel this natural energy. And then when you feel good, you'll do good and you'll be happier. It is pretty simple. So that's the message for today. I've got my 2-day workshop is sold out, so no more tickets for that. And the 5-day workshop, which is the 18th to 22nd, I think there's about 7 left for that, but you've got to have been on your journey before you take that. And then the 1-day seminar is the 6th, Saturday the 6th of August. And tickets are on sale for that now as well. And guys, it's a bit like this. It's very straight talking, but you follow it and you'll get results. Success leaves clues. So that's what I did. I've modelled the successful people. I've tried it for myself. I made it work, and then I've got other people to do the same. And you just keep repeating that. So you can check my website out, www.hiddendepthscoaching.com. Okay, listen. Have a great week. Cheers. Bye bye.